Got my boy Matt Barnes.
Let's check out Timeout with Mr. Moss.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Moss, and I'm gonna fall back.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, BF, man. Hey,
Peace, King.
Mr. Moss. Mr. Moss.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not much, man. Great job with your son, man. I think he's a great technician in that ring. My question is this: a lot of times, fighters talk about keeping a fighter on the outside, keeping him on the end of that stick of that jab. How important is distance in boxing? And when a boxer tries to cut that distance, Bill, is inside fighting something that you guys work on often, where you're not throwing punches, but you're just working on just hand technique and just inside fighting? Is that a thing?
Well, at 26, Devin is, now in his prime years. And to be a complete fighter, you got to do it inside, outside, you know what I mean? You got to move around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be a complete fighter. And I mean, we work on everything, and and listen, we got something in store the next time you see him. We've been working on some special things. He has an arsenal of tools. It's just about him bringing them out on that night.
Last question, then I'll take it off air. And again, thank you, BF. A lot of boxers, Bill, there's gonna be nights where in your toolbox you may need the Phillips, the screwdriver, the flat hit, right? And a lot of boxers, in my opinion, are really one-dimensional. They're not versatile fighters. And so when you fight and this question is just a general question. This isn't geared towards Devin, but I mean, how do you feel when fighters are one-dimensional and when they're pushed to the limit and they're forced to do something that they're not used to doing because you can tell in sparring or maybe behind the scenes they're not working on it? How devastating is that to a boxer and his coach? I feel like boxers should be working on everything, and it just seems like in today's new era they're not. Like they're one or two dimensional, and then that's it.
Well, it's the philosophy of the fighter and the team, and I don't take anything away from their approach. I know we have ours, and I mean, you've heard the cliche of 1,000 different kicks or 1,000 of the same kick, right? And you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, a case in point is, when you have something that's working, right? They hammer that in, and they continue to work that. So, it's just a matter of the coach and the team. This is boxing, so you'll see a little bit of everything.
But don't you feel like, Bill, that there's going to become a night where your fighter will be pushed to the limit and maybe he's actually do something that, because if it's working, I get you, it's cool, it's all fine and dandy, it's working. But a fighter can come along, right, and just force you to do something that you don't want to do or you haven't been working on. Like, what's your thoughts on that part of it, though? Because it seems like a lot of boxers.
No, absolutely. Okay. No, absolutely. And that's true. You know what I mean? A lot of times, even with Devin at the level that he is, they study him a lot more than we get a chance to study that person, or that other fighter, because there's so many that's looking at us at the same time, and you're going to get pushed, you're going to get pushed, and it's going to be uncomfortable in there. So you want to work on being a well-rounded fighter, being a complete fighter, in the gym, so that's you pointing out something that's very, very important.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you, BF.